Well, without further ado, should we get into it?
Let's do it.
Hello and welcome to episode 17, the penultimate episode of series 1 of the Ravishing podcast. We're talking through Jilly Cooper's Rutshire Chronicles in order, one section at a time. We'll discuss the chaos, the drama, the sex, and everything else that gets thrown in along the way. Just to clarify, we're not professionals or journalists. We just love the books, the Rutshire world Jilly has created, and love talking about them. You may already know the books well, you may never have read them and only heard about Jilly Cooper through the recent fabulous TV series Rivals on Disney+. Everyone is welcome here. I'm Lib, I'm relatively new to these books. My mum Jan has known them for years.
For those newcomers who've only seen the new TV show, Riders is the first in the 11-book series and where we first meet Rupert Campbell Black. Rivals is the second book and we'll be moving on to that one soon. Very soon. Each episode we'll talk through some of the key things that happen in the books. We'll also let you know which chapters we'll be covering, so if you haven't already read the books, you can read them alongside for the full experience. We really recommend you do, because if you don't, we can guarantee you'll be missing out on loads of Jilly's humour, storytelling and juicy details, as we're only skimming through some of the key bits on here. We're here to analyse, or maybe overanalyse, with opinions, tangents and probably a lot of judgment, because these books deserve to be talked about. There will be swearing and there will be mentions of sex, because this is Jilly Cooper, and if we had to cut out the rude bits, there'd be nothing left to talk about. Today we'll be covering chapters 56 to 59, so if you're reading the books alongside, make sure you've read those chapters first. Before we get into it, how are you?
I'm good. I'm quite tired today, and you're quite tired today.
Tired.
We're recording on a Sunday today, and you've had a busy old week.
A busy week.
And we had a very busy day yesterday. But I'm still ready, I'm still raring to go.
Yep, me too.
Let's do this.
So Jilly's fired us up.
She has, as she always does. So last episode, we talked about Jake's big return to show jumping, but mostly we were concerned with Jake and Helen's budding romance, and we finished on that shock proposal. Now it's time for the LA Olympics. So Jake has achieved his dream of being selected for the team. This is the biggest moment of his life, and he's really thinking about is how he can make his relationship with Helen work.
Idiot.
He's also competing alongside Rupert, the husband of the woman he's just proposed to, and Rupert has no idea what's going on. And we know what this spells, don't we?
Drama!
Let's find out what happens. So the British team touches down in LA and they're met at the airport by Rupert, who obviously has the time and the money to have gone ahead and acclimatised to the weather. He's staying with some friends in this big house. He's been there for a couple of weeks. So he's all bronzed and muscly, and he's probably oiled up and shiny and glistening.
Oh dear.
He's wearing nothing but a pair of tiny denim shorts and a baseball cap. And to that I say, Mum, who likes short shorts?
We like short shorts. No, I don't like short shorts.
I like short shorts.
Oh, no. I suppose denim shorts aren't too bad. You know which shorts I really hate? You know those kind of like elasticated waist, kind of sportsy shorts that have they come up at the side in a little...
and they have the tight ones underneath.
Well, they didn't used to.
Oh,
That's
right.
quite a new thing.
Yeah.
And God, I hate to see people...
It's quite 80s, those ones, isn't it?
I don't... There's not many people that look good in just a pair of shorts, really. I mean, Rupert would.
He would.
But there's not many. So we don't want to encourage it. I've seen far too many horrors the last few weeks in this hot weather.
They don't leave much to the imagination, do they?
No.
Those little shorts?
No, they don't. Oh, I'm not a prude, don't get me wrong, but I just don't want to see it.
So,
moving on.
Rupert and Helen, Helen has come out to join him, are staying with friends in this big house near the stables, and the rest of the team are in the Olympic Village. And although the rooms sound a little bit bleak, the village itself sounds like so much fun. And you always hear stories from the Olympics about the antics that go on in the Olympic Village, don't you?
Well, it's funny because it didn't used to be like that, I don't think.
Oh, really?
Because I think I was looking it up because the 1984 games were the first to house the teams together.
Oh.
Rather than by gender. So the village made use of existing student dorms and everything. So they had all of that social activity and interaction. But I don't think that they used to be that good. Not like they are now. And now it's brilliant.
Yeah, it sounds like so much fun. And you often hear, you know, they provide like free condoms for the athletes. Do you remember the Winter Olympics that happened at the beginning of this year?
My favourite, yeah.
They ran out of condoms.
No!
And, right, okay, I Googled it because I wanted the exact stats. And this was one of the big stories. So the initial supply of 10,000 condoms ran out in 3 days.
I thought, what's all this about sports people are supposed to restrain?
No, I don't think so.
That's not a thing anymore, is it?
But if you ask me, and Cam said this at the time, I don't think 10,000 was ever going to be enough.
Well, how many athletes are there?
A lot.
10,000. Say you get lucky every day.
Yeah.
So how many athletes are there?
I don't know how many athletes there are.
It's really not a lot.
There were, here we go, just under 3,000 athletes there. So they were going to get through 10,000 pretty quick.
Absolutely. I mean, they may not have guaranteed to got lucky every day for those first 3 days, but if they did, you can imagine why they'd all be gone. Although not all of them would be single. Does that matter? Do they care in an Olympic village? Does everything go out the window? I don't know.
It's not for me to comment.
No, that's for another podcast.
But I love hearing the stories from the Olympic Village, especially like this year and the Summer Olympics that we just had as well. The first sort of ones when TikTok has been a big thing.
Right.
And you see like what they're getting up to on TikTok. And there was a Swiss snowboarder who was like obsessed with the tiramisu in the Olympic Village. And he was just like posting videos about it every day, like going to get my tiramisu. And then he'd be eating, he'd be like, yummy.
And was it the same one all the time? They didn't have like lemon ones or different flavours? It was always the same.
I don't know.
tiramisu.
I think they had a really good one, you know, the like where they sort of make it in front of you. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it was really good. And everyone was so invested in his little tiramisu journey.
That's one of the brilliant things about social media, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot of negatives to it, but something like that, it makes you feel like you're getting a little glimpse of behind the scenes. Yeah. It's fun. It's something for them to do to get people to draw people in and feel that they're sharing it with people. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like all that. And it never used to get anything like that.
No, because it's quite personal as well, isn't it? Yeah. Whereas like what you used to have was just what they would put on the telly. Yeah. Whereas now there's so much.
You get more insight into the athletes and their personalities and everything, don't you?
Yeah. I think you need that. Yeah. You need to kind of get to know people to get behind them, don't you?
Absolutely.
Well, back to anyway. So this is the 1980s Olympics. I think she's fabricated a bit because the 1980s Olympics was not in LA.
No.
But they're in sort of, I think it is segregated by gender. The teams aren't together and stuff like that. So the rooms do sound a little bit bleak. But it still sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like there's plenty of antics going on. So the team have a week or so until their first competition. They've got plenty of time to enjoy themselves. They're training the horses, going to the beach, going to Disneyland and Hollywood. What did you think of LA when we first went? Because we went 2012.
Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Los Angeles, it's a big place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's big and it's spread out.
Yeah. There were places like that I really liked, like Malibu.
Yeah.
And Santa Monica.
Yeah.
I loved Santa Barbara, although that's not in Los Angeles. And I loved Carmel.
We liked the smaller towns around and stuff, didn't we?
I really didn't like... We kind of went round the centre, didn't we? And you do the...
Didn't we do a tour? We did one of those bus tours.
So you see some of the Hollywood houses and we went to the Chinese theatre with the handprints. So that was quite fun, but really it was just like being in a town, wasn't it? A lot of busyness and... not a lot of history, and I don't know. I didn't really like it. I didn't get a good vibe from it. But what I did love was the Griffith Observatory.
Oh, yeah.
That was fantastic.
That was amazing. The view alone was amazing, but the actual place was so interesting.
Yeah, there were lots of fantastic sciencey things, and I'm not really kind of a massive science geek, but it was fun, it was interesting. Yeah. But do you remember the best bit? We were stood outside looking down onto the valley and counting how many swimming pools we could see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Because didn't they have those telescopes and you could look around as well?
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. I liked it up there. James Dean vibes.
What do you think you would have done if you were an Olympic athlete in 1980 Jilly Cooperland and you were in LA? Where would you go?
You suppose you'd have to go to Disneyland.
You'd have to go to Disneyland.
Yeah, we did go there one day. And
we did. And we enjoyed it.
It was fun. Very hot.
Oh, so hot.
Yeah, the food's not brilliant. But you can't get a decent bit of fruit.
It's so expensive.
Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, I'll probably go there. Where else would I go?
You'd have to do Disneyland. I reckon you'd want to do the famous houses tour and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and the beach and seeing that. I remember seeing the lifeguard huts on the beach. That was such an iconic look, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, well, they must be having so much fun. And the Ericksons, who are the friends that Rupert is staying with, they invite everyone over to a party. So all of the British team, along with obviously the American team, because they're American. And Fen thinks she might finally get to see Dino, so she cannot wait.
Oh, of course, because he'd kind of stormed off in a huff, hadn't he?
He just disappeared, and she thought, okay, I'll see him at the Olympics then. Mm-hmm. So she's been looking forward to this moment for a long time. But earlier that day, she finds out that Dino had to put his horse down on the journey over to LA. Which is so sad. So he's absolutely devastated. And obviously he's also then left with no horse to compete with, as sort of a side note. But he's absolutely devastated and he goes straight home. And she's not going to be seeing him after all.
No.
I feel so bad for Dino. His one horse.
Why? Again, Sir Jilly. Why? He could have had any number of reasons why he wasn't in the Olympics.
He could have broken his leg or something.
He might have come down with some kind of bug.
Yeah.
He might have broken his leg or anything. Why did he have to kill his horse?
Yeah. It's so sad, isn't it?
I know.
And I know that we did bash Dino quite a lot, but we do like him.
We do like him.
And we were really looking forward to their reunion at the Olympics. It was going to be so dramatic. But we're not getting that, unfortunately.
No, we're not.
And it's sort of an extra blow to Dino as well. I feel like he's been through quite a lot and he left to go back home quite sad and all of this, and now what must be going through his head?
Forward to it as much as Fen was.
Yeah.
To get him back together.
Yeah. Because he's been missing her, hasn't he? I mean, we assume. We don't know, but we assume.
Yeah, we don't know, but I'm guessing he would be, because he wouldn't have flounced out in such a huff, would he?
No.
if he hadn't. But also, it's his home Olympics, isn't it?
Yeah.
And, there's something kind of special about a home Olympics for athletes. And he can't be there.
Yeah.
Sad.
Such a blow.
Sad.
Maybe they've been through enough now. They've had enough setbacks, enough hits. Maybe it is finally time now.
Yeah, what can be worse than having to kill your own blooming horse?
Oh,
come on, they've reached rock bottom. Come on.
Just let them get that happy ending, please. Yeah. For Jake, the party isn't quite so exciting. Just the thought of seeing Helen whilst being around so many people, including Rupert, has his nerves going crazy. When he does see her again, though, his first thought is, why did I ever have doubts about this relationship and whether I could make it work?
Oh,
she's so beautiful. I love her so much. How could I live without her?
I'm finally going off him.
We were starting to feel a bit hopeful because as they were leaving for LA, he was like, I don't know if we can do this, or, I really do care about Tori and I wish I could keep her in my life but still be with Helen. And he was having all of these doubts and we were like, oh, okay, that's not too bad. And now, no, clearly not.
He sees her again and that's it. No.
You're finally going off him?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
I am. He's annoying me. He's got no... He's got no Oh, I can't think of the word. But he's just...
Balls.
Yeah, that'll do. He's just weak. He's just falling for these blooming... What is he falling for?
She's beautiful.
That's it.
She's not nice, is she?
No, she's not nice. She's got no personality. She's annoying. He must know she's annoying.
I think he gets annoyed by her.
He does. So, beauty can't just be everything, can it?
Looks fade. Looks fade.
Yeah. And it can't be about the money, because surely he's not stupid enough to think she's going to have loads of money if she leaves
She's
Rupert.
not getting any money.
No.
Not if she leaves Rupert for another man.
No.
Absolutely not. But there's obviously some kind of like magnetic connection between them that we just don't understand.
No, clearly don't understand.
And Melise, as you would expect, senses that there may be a romance going on between the two, and he is keen to squish it.
Yes.
And ensures they have very little time to speak together at the party. Good old Melise. Or does he want her for himself?
Oh, no, I don't think he's gone that way yet.
I don't know. He's thinking romance. Is he thinking, I don't want anyone else to have her? Or is he thinking,
no,
I don't want drama between the team?
I think he doesn't want any more Rupert and Jake trouble.
He doesn't.
No.
That's for sure.
I think that's what it is.
But I do think he wants Helen for himself as well.
Oh, I'm sure all the men fancy her in some measure. Yeah.
But they have their sort of special friendship, Melise and Helen.
They do. They're
both
arty things.
Yeah,
aren't they?
they're both into all things sort of cultural, and they do trips together whenever they're traveling.
Yeah, they do spend quite a bit of time together, don't they?
Because no one ever wants to go and see the churches and the museums and stuff, so they go together and they have lots of intellectual conversations. So they do have their sort of special friendship.
She's probably a lot better with him as well. Maybe she doesn't kind of fancy him, so she's not all needy and horrible. And we don't really get much of an insight into it, do we? But I sense that she feels a connection with him, and so she probably behaves a lot differently with him than she does with Rupert and Jake.
Yeah. I think she probably does.
Because there's not that tension or inadequacy there, or, I think she feels on a level and she's got somebody who understands her.
And if we remember all the way back to when Helen and Rupert were first dating before they actually got engaged, and what did Rupert do? He messed up for somehow.
Oh, was it when they were at that party and Helen bumped into Melise in the library?
I remember.
And Melise took her home, and Rupert had a strop.
But I'm remembering a bit later than that, and Rupert had been told off by Melise for something that he'd done, and he came back to England and he went to see Helen, and they were having a drink together, and she was like, Melise and I are so disappointed in you.
Yeah.
So I think she does sort of feel like on a level with him.
I think she does.
In a way. Yeah, it's funny. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
But no, I think he just didn't want Rupert and Jake drama.
He doesn't want the drama. And obviously, he's sniffed out this romance when nobody else could.
He's the manager of the team, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's all eyes and ears.
Very perceptive.
Yeah.
So when they do finally manage to steal a moment together, Jake tells Helen that he may have found a sponsor which can make their life together possible. But he has to keep his reputation squeaky clean until after the Olympics, which means they cannot risk spending any time together at all. And Helen thinks, oh, how will I survive?
Woe is me.
A few weeks. Come on, grow up. This isn't about you, And also, if you just man up, stay away from... I shouldn't say man up, because that's negative. Grow up and just... keep your distance from him for literally 3 weeks.
It's nothing, is it?
And then he could get a sponsor and you could actually go and be together.
It was this point, well, maybe a little bit before, where Anna really I stopped being annoyed by her and just started to hate her.
Yeah.
And like you say, all he's asked her is to keep her distance from the games, and then they'll have their whole future together.
Yeah.
Woe is Helen. How can she possibly manage that?
Honestly.
Oh, when she's staying in this fancy place with the Ericssons and in the lap of luxury. She could just stay there. She doesn't need to be hovering around Jake if she knows that he hasn't got the time to spend with her. She should let him focus. Let him win, let him get the sponsorship, then their life's sorted. But no.
No, she just can't do it.
Idiot.
Yeah, I'm really starting to hate her as well. I don't think that's too strong of a word.
I'm not starting to hate her. I hate her.
You hate her.
I'm there.
You just hate her.
I'm fully on there.
Well, unfortunately, Jake isn't.
No.
He gives in to her pleading, and they manage to sneak away for a day in the mountains together. And whilst there, he tries to speak to her about the Olympics and his preparations and his worries. He's trying to just, talk things out with her a little bit. And she's just not interested. She hasn't had a chance to speak to him for a while, so she wants to pour out all of her problems and have him look after her. And later on in the day, they're lying down in the grass, I don't know, in some meadow somewhere or whatever, and Jake falls asleep, which is something that he's been struggling to do. We know how his nerves get to him. He's been struggling to sleep since arriving in LA, and he's fallen asleep. And you think, oh, that's nice, clearly he's like nice and relaxed. But Helen, not willing to miss a moment, wakes him up.
Because it's not about him being his best for competing, is it?
Oh, God. She's not right for him. They're not right for each other, are they? If she's doing that, I mean, come on. This man is nervous as hell, competing in the Olympics for his country. And he's fallen asleep, and you go, no, wake
talk
up,
to me.
Talk to me.
Listen to my troubles.
Yeah.
I mean, she's selfish.
Yeah.
She's needy.
Yeah.
She's insecure.
Yeah.
And she's bloody annoying. I think, maybe, is that enough? Do I need more?
We could go all day.
Oh.
And we're obviously going to compare her to Tori, because why wouldn't we? We'd be stupid not to compare her to Tori. And if it comes down to which one of them makes Jake happier, I think we know the answer to that, don't we? He may think that he's happier with Helen, but she doesn't make his life better.
No, she doesn't.
Like Tori does.
No, Tori makes everything easy. I think what's happened is he's probably started to take Tori for granted and just accepted all those things, and then suddenly this new flashy distraction takes over, and he's just blinded, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fool.
And on that note,
okay,
let's take a quick break.
I need to calm down.
I think we do. I think we need to go and take a minute. Take some deep breaths. So, along the Helen bashing theme, we're going to play the ravishing quote quiz.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Along the Helen bashing theme, Rupert is complaining about Helen spending all of his money. Apparently, she has decided to make the most of his seemingly unlimited funds while she still can. And Rupert says to Ivor Brain...
Yeah, I love that name.
The Yorkshireman.
Every time I read it, it makes me laugh.
The Yorkshireman on the British team.
Yep.
And Rupert says, she's a parasite. But what is Ivor's response?
Oh! Oh, you've got me on that one. I don't know.
He says, yeah, she fucking is.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but that chili wouldn't be that. No. What would Ivor say?
Something stupid, probably.
He probably doesn't understand what the word means. No, I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll tell you the answer after the break.
Okay.
Welcome back, everyone. Time for what you've all been waiting for, the answer to the ravishing quote quiz. So Rupert is having a chat with Ivor Brain, one of the other riders, about Helen spending all of his money. And Rupert says she's a parasite. And what does Ivor say in response?
Go on, you're going to have to tell me because I can't remember. I was probably too ravaged with fury as I was reading it and I didn't take in the detail.
So Rupert says she's a parasite. Ivor says, I didn't know Helen came from Paris.
I knew it'd be something stupid from Ivor. That's good.
And you know what else I love is the concept of calling people who come from Paris parasites.
That's not nice. I like France. They probably don't like us much. I don't know.
Back to the story. The day of the individual competition has dawned. So they have the individual, and then I think maybe a week later, they have the team competition. So Fenn's horse is injured, so unfortunately, she's not able to compete. But she's hoping to be back for the team event in a few days' time. She's not too sad about it. She'll have other chances, and she's happy to be there to support the other riders and stuff. She's taken it very well. Yeah. I feel really bad for her, but she's taken it so well, hasn't she? She's really taken that one on the chin.
What is she? She's 19, so she knows it's not like her final chance.
Yeah.
But she is a good team player, isn't she? So she's more than happy to be watching the rounds and feeding back tips to people, and so she still feels a part of it.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same. And plus she knows that there's hope that she'll be in the team competition later. It's not all over yet. So and even though it is an individual competition, she's playing it like a team, isn't she? Yeah. Which is what they should do. They should be helping each other. Yep.
So despite his great nerves, Jake ends up coming second in the competition. He has won the silver medal, and Rupert, who performed well but not as well as he would have hoped, walks away from this one empty-handed. If only he knew this wasn't the only thing that Jake succeeded in when he didn't. So Jake's won the silver medal for the individual competition.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
It is brilliant.
Yeah, I'm really, despite all the distractions with Helen, he's done it. Good on him. He's worked hard.
And we've seen his journey to this point. I mean, he was the very first character that we met in this book, and he was so down and out at that point. And he's really, by marrying a rich woman, built himself up to this point. He's worked hard for a really long time.
He's worked hard. He's had both his good horses taken away from him.
Yeah.
He's had the huge, horrible injury. Yeah. He's come back from that. He's, amazing.
And he's won that silver medal. And that is really...
So, although I'm beginning to hate him, thank you, Jilly. I'm happy for him for that.
So, if everything with Helen that's happened recently hadn't have happened, I feel like this would have felt like the conclusion of the book. This would have been like the conclusion of the rivalry between Rupert and Jake, and we would have been so over the moon from him, and it would have sort of been like, I guess, the last point. But obviously Jilly Cooper, as she does, has worked in so much other stuff that this is a side note in the story, isn't it? And things have become so much more complicated. Are you maybe feeling bad for Rupert?
No. No, not at all. But I tell you what, coming back to Jake, I'm really angry at Jake. I mean, when his nerves were getting to him before he went in to jump for that silver, he really wanted Tori there. But he can still treat her like this. So I'm not feeling bad for Rupert. I think Rupert's needed to have this happen.
A bit of a knock.
Yeah. And I'm glad that Jake won, but I'm still angry with him for treating Tori in his head even that way.
It's so frustrating, isn't it? Because it's like he knows how he feels, but he doesn't see it or something. No. I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah, it's like he knows that he cares more about Tori and that Tori's better for him.
He's dazzled. He's dazzled
he
by
is
Helen
dazzled,
and her glamour and her beauty, and that's it. There's nothing else. Vacuous woman.
So Jake is so happy after winning his medal that his grip on his self-control slips and he kisses Helen right there in the showground, in front of everybody, in front of the cameras, in front of the team, in front of the crowd, in front of everyone. And it's largely brushed off at the time because this is the 80s and it's probably...
Yeah, but also whether... I can't remember whether he had the foresight to or whether it just happened naturally. But then lots of other people came rushing up to, and he kissed them and hugged them. So it could kind of... But whether that was him thinking that in the moment or whether it just serendipity for him, I don't know. But,
I don't think it was necessarily a passionate kiss. I don't think there was tongues involved or anything like that.
But why would she be running over to congratulate him on his silver?
I know.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need to move on from this. I'm getting more and more angry.
There's steam starting to come out of your ears, I think.
Oh.
Okay, so he then manages to catch a moment alone, and immediately he calls Tori. He tells her he misses her and says, fly out for the team event in a few days' time. I'm starting to get whiplash here. So he's... Right.
He's all over the place, isn't he?
He's all over the place. Before the competition, he's like, I wish I had Tori here. She'd really calm my nerves. And then after he's won, he's like, oh my God, Helen, come here. And then he thinks, I'll go and call Tori. Like, oh, thank you so much. Like,
and not just saying, oh, did you see it? I'm so happy. But come out, fly out.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah. He doesn't know if he's coming or going.
He doesn't, does he?
And he's clearly feeling torn. And I think we both know what we hope he's going to do.
Yep.
But what do we think he's actually going to do? What could
I'll
he
tell
even
you.
do?
And this is what I'd tell him. Dump Helen and get your act together.
Yeah. But
because that would work, you know?
In this situation, he's got himself in such a pickle.
He has.
How do you get out of it?
Well, when you've got needy Helen clinging onto you,
there's no way she's going to keep it a secret if they break up, is she?
No, she's not. And she's not going to kind of let him go easily. Because that's all she has. That's all that's been keeping her going for the last few weeks. Oh,
she's actually twitching. She's actually she's actually physically twitching and going, oh.
Oh, calm. I'm calm now.
Okay, so while Jake is happier than he's ever been, Rupert is feeling a little down. He's 31. He's not 18 anymore. He has to try hard to perform well.
31, but apparently still looks good in short shorts.
Because he's Rupert.
Yep.
Doesn't he get to like 60 in the books and she's like still as handsome as ever?
Yep.
Rupert doesn't age.
No, he doesn't. He just gets better.
Do you know, this was the thing with, and I'm probably going to offend you and lots of people here, with the Rivals series. I felt like, they'd probably cast age-appropriate people, but in my head, everyone looks a lot younger than they look in the actual show. Everyone's just sort of like an ambiguous late 20s in my head.
Right. Well, that's your fault.
Oh, pause for the clock. Yes, we are still in the room with the grandfather clock. We haven't decided on anywhere better to sit.
We're a bit like Jake. We just don't learn from our mistakes, do we?
We don't.
No.
Where was I? Oh, yeah. Okay, so Rupert, he's 31. He's not 18 anymore. He has to try hard to perform well, and he's disappointed with himself because he knows that it's his fault and only his fault that he hasn't done as well as he wanted to, which is pretty mature thinking from what we've seen from Rupert so far.
Yeah.
He'd hoped to leave show jumping on a high with a gold medal in hand and move seamlessly into the world of politics. But there's still the team event to go.
Yes.
There is still
all hope
time.
is not lost.
But this is a real level of self-awareness that I think at this point is a little unexpected from Rupert.
You think?
At this point in the book.
But don't forget, he was still hoping to shag Amanda.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, you can take your self-awareness.
Okay.
No, I know what you mean, though. There is a bit of, you know, I suppose it's the move into politics, isn't it? He's starting to think what that would actually mean. He's not just this flamboyant sports star who rides around on horses and just has to stand next to a horse and the girls go weak. He's getting into something a little bit more serious in that respect. So, maybe he's starting to think that, but, you know, the old Rupert's still there.
The old Rupert is still there. Oh, and although it was an affair with a politician's wife that got him interested in the idea of going into politics, he is genuinely interested in doing it.
He is, yeah.
And he's starting to think a little bit more about the longevity of stuff because he knows he can't do show jumping forever.
Yeah.
And he's starting to think, you know, what can I do now? So he's grown up a bit and moving on a little bit. So this is the mood that we catch both Jake and Rupert in. A big high and a big low sort of thing. When the time comes for the team to go out for a celebration dinner in honour of Jake.
When will Melise learn about these celebration team dinners?
Have any of these team dinners that he's put on gone well?
We've just given a spoiler there.
Well, who knows? Maybe this one will be different.
Yeah, we can hope.
So, predictably, the air is thick with tension. And as the evening goes on and the drink starts to flow more and more freely, the tension between Jake and Rupert reaches boiling point. They come to blows over one thing or another. It doesn't really matter. And Helen doesn't hesitate to jump in and defend Jake. So the dinner was never going to go well, was it? It was never going to go well. Jake, at this point, is already pissed before he's even started dinner. And it was never going to go well.
No.
Are we surprised to actually see Helen jump in and defend Jake? I mean, we know she would want to, but she's always been sort of a bit of a drip, especially when it comes to Rupert. So I'm surprised to see her actually sort of stand up and jump in there and get involved.
I would just think now she chooses to stand up against Rupert of all the times.
It's a very good point.
Why now? I mean, this stupid woman. There's nothing. Sorry.
Do you need to take a minute?
No, I'm
Should
fine.
we go get you a chamomile tea?
I'm fine.
I think she needs to lie down in a dark room with a whole flannel on her head.
I keep thinking, it's not real, but it is.
It is real.
Roger's real.
You're not going to like what I've got to say.
Oh.
As stupid as it is for her to jump in and get involved in a fight like this when Rupert supposedly doesn't know anything about what's going on, it is a bit of a positive change for her. She is sort of becoming more self-assured, and I'd like to see everybody come into their own as, you know, a self-assured, confident person. You know, it's something that I want to see from everybody, and I'm happy to see personal growth. No. Okay.
Well, no, I agree, but I don't think that's what this is. I think she's just obsessed with Jake and hates Rupert, and all she sees it's a celebration dinner for Jake's medal, and all she sees is Rupert goading him. And I don't think she's doing it in a positive way to stand up and speak out for herself. I think it's just instinct that she's obsessed with Jake and she's just there jumping to his defense without thinking. Yeah. I don't think it's a positive decision or a growth thing. I think she's just obsessed. She's just...
Yeah, I think you make a very good point, to be honest. I think it probably is more out of obsession and hysteria rather than she's actually feeling confident and self-assured enough to take a stand.
I don't think she is. Yeah.
I think you're right.
Oh.
Either way, she's slipped up.
Yes.
And Rupert knows it. And when they get back to the house, Rupert manages to goad her into admitting that she's seeing someone else and that it's Jake and that she loves him. And they say all sorts of horrible, horrible things to each other. Rupert definitely wins the award for the most horrible. But ultimately, the argument ends with Rupert storming out. He is off to find Jake, and he is not in the mood to hold himself back. So she's admitted it.
She has. But
it's all come pouring out.
The thing is, that discussion could have gone any way. It didn't have to end in... She should have kept quiet.
Yeah.
And there was ample opportunity for her not to say something. But I think she wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
It wasn't that, it was heat of the moment, there was nothing she could do, she had to say it. No, she wanted to say it.
Yeah.
And she should have just kept quiet. That's the one thing Jake asked of her. The one thing that, all these things that he's been doing for her, the one thing he asked of her was just keep quiet until after this. And she couldn't even do that.
I think to a certain extent, she has been wanting to show off about this for a long time. I think she's been wanting to show off that she can get herself another man, even though nobody would have questioned that.
Yeah.
But because it's the people they're staying with, Susie Erickson, has been talking about how handsome and mysterious Jake is. Yeah. And I think Helen has been wanting to show off to her for the whole time that they've been there. which I think is like 2 weeks at this point, and she wasn't able to say anything. So I think she's been wanting to be like, well, look at me, I've got him and you haven't.
So it's all about her.
Yeah.
Yep. Nothing to do with Jake.
It is all about her, because that's such a selfish choice to make. Yep. Heat of the moment or not, it's a selfish choice to make, because she knows that it's going to have bigger repercussions for Jake than it's going to have for her.
Yeah.
She knows that. So Helen is frantic because Rupert's off to get Jake, and she calls him in an absolute panic, and she warns him what's heading his way, and he tells her, pack a bag, take all the cash you can find lying around, and go. And when Rupert arrives at the Olympic Village, he finds that Jake has disappeared along with his passport and his clothes. Symbolically, the only two things Jake left behind were his riding gear and his photos of Tori and the children.
Idiot!
Did someone say cliffhanger?
Oh, God. I just... When push came to shove, I really didn't think that he would have the nerve, but I think he's kind of been pushed into it.
Absolutely. What can he do in this situation when an irate Rupert is on his way to get him?
He's got no choice, has he?
Because Rupert is perfectly capable of seriously injuring Jake, if not worse. And in the mood he's in, it's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's nothing that Jake could say to calm him down.
No. And it'll be out there then.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that if it hadn't come to this, he might have had all these self-doubt and not actually left.
Yeah.
But
Helen's blown
situations
it all up.
forced them into it.
Yeah.
Yep. All because of Helen.
All because of Helen. And how symbolic is it what Jake left behind?
I find that quite sad.
His family and his career.
Yep.
That's what he's leaving for this.
Yep.
There's no two ways about it, is there?
Nope.
He's
not
got
to
to
his
leave
sponsorship anymore,
no,
is he?
He's got to leave behind his family and his career now.
Yep.
And he's got no choice. What a bombshell.
Yeah.
What a bombshell to finish the episode on. What's happened? Have they run away together? What's going to happen? What can be the consequences of such a decision? So many questions.
So many.
And we'll get the answers to them in the next episode. And the next episode will be the last episode on book 1.
Oh.
Be the last episode on Riders, the last episode of series 1, which has been all about Riders. But don't fear. Do not fear, everybody, because there are 11 books in this series. And we will most definitely be back with the next one. And the next one is the big one. The one you've all been waiting for. It's Rivals. And we will be talking a lot about the TV show. So nobody panic. It's all going to be okay. Before we bring series 1 to an end, we do have an exciting announcement.
Ooh.
We will be doing a bonus episode to wrap up the series, talking all about Riders and how excited we are to be getting onto Rivals soon. We're hoping to bring on a couple of special guests to join us, and we would love to be able to share some of our listeners' opinions. So we'd like to take this opportunity to encourage you to get in touch with us. We always ask for your opinions, but for this one, we'd love to hear any sort of Riders' opinions, any questions that you have, anything that you want us to talk about on the podcast in the bonus episode. Let us know. We're open to anything. We'll read out reviews, we'll answer questions, anything you want. So please get in touch. Please do. You can message us on Instagram and TikTok. We're at the Ravishing Podcast. You can comment on any of our posts. You can even comment on podcast episodes on Spotify. I don't know how, but you can because someone's done it. On Spotify and YouTube. Episodes are on YouTube. So if you wanted to leave a comment on a YouTube episode, we'll see that. Or you can email us at theravishingpodcast@gmail.com. And let us finish off with our favourite game.
Oh, yes.
Rupert or not Rupert. So we're going to go back to before all of this mess happened, to the pre-competition build-up when all the riders were in LA trying to make the most of their free time.
Right.
So they're talking about all the various activities that they could do. Unsurprisingly, Rupert is being disparaging about any form of cultural pastime. So which of these two quotes is real and which one is fake?
Okay.
You ready? Number 1. The only good thing about the Griffith Observatory is spotting topless sunbathers.
Okay.
Number 2. The only use for the Hollywood Bowl is to be sick in it.
Well, I like the Hollywood Bowl. That sounds a bit like Rupert. But then we weren't looking for topless sunbathers, but we were definitely looking for swimming pools. See, Rupert would probably like to see topless sunbathers, but I can kind of see him saying about being sick in the Hollywood Bowl. I'm going to go for that one.
You think it's the Hollywood Bowl?
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, yes!
That's the real one. To be honest, I was not expecting you to bring up the Griffith Observatory at the beginning.
Oh, right.
I thought that might have given away that was something that we remember quite strongly.
Yeah, but we weren't looking for topless people.
You weren't.
Oh, I see.
And that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please tell your friends. And if you're feeling particularly generous, give us a rating or leave us a review. It really does help. If you didn't enjoy it, please keep it to yourself. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at The Ravishing Podcast for updates and extra bits, and make sure you turn on notifications so you never miss an episode.
And if you have strong opinions, and we know you do, we'd absolutely love to hear them. Favourite characters, who you imagine when reading about them, best bits or worst bits in the book, how much you hate Helen, anything you want to share. You can message us on socials or email us at theravishingpodcast@gmail.com with all your Rutshire deliciousness. So that's all from us, and see you next time.
Goodbye.